Hello, I'm Dr. Terry Simpson. I'd like to talk to you today about another aspect of the Affordable Health Care Act called the device tax. The device tax is a 2.3% tax that is placed on medical devices. Now, it doesn't include eyeglasses, hearing aids, or other things that are commonly bought retail by people, but it does include things like heart stents, laparoscopic adjustable gastric bands, and other instruments, hip replacements, etc. Now, some people have been saying that this medical device tax is the reason that companies like Stryker, Welch Allen, and other corporations are laying off jobs, and it is one of the effects of the Obama Health Care Act. But let's be clear. The device tax is not a tax on the income of these companies. It's not a tax on the income of Boston Scientific. It's not a tax on the income of Stryker. The device tax is an excise tax. It's a tax that is placed on the device that is passed on to the consumer. We have similar excise taxes that we use all the time in the United States. Every time you go to the gas pump and you put some fuel in your car, every gallon of gasoline has an excise tax, and that tax goes back to fund highways. It's a user tax. The more fuel you use, the more tax you pay because you utilize the highways more. The same is true with fishing poles. Did you know that every fishing pole has a 10% tax on it? And that tax goes back to sports fishermen so that they can restock lakes. It goes back into the waterways, and that allows people who utilize fishing and utilize their natural resources to enjoy them. Now, were there less fishing pole manufacturers, less rod and reel manufacturers because of the 10% excise tax? No. That tax was simply passed on to the consumers. Is there less driving on the highways because of a fuel tax? Well, sometimes if you raise the price high enough, there can be, but the excise tax for the federal government is small, probably needs to be more. Will there be a decrease in consumption of consumables because of an excise tax? No. The problems that Stryker has, the problems that Welch Allen has, the problems that Dana Holding has, and all the other consumer bloggers which point to this device tax as being an issue has nothing to do with the tax on their income and everything to do with the tax on the devices that goes to the consumer. That money will be plowed back into health care. Basically, that 2.3% tax is simply a tax on the highest users of the healthcare system. If you're not a user of the healthcare system, it won't work. So, in spite of consumer bloggers constantly not understanding what this tax is about and constantly saying it's costing jobs, it'll cost none. In fact, if a device is manufactured in Ireland or in Mexico and imported to the United States and put into a consumer or given for healthcare, it is subject to that same 2.3% tax. It's fair all across the board. So, say what you might about the Affordable Health Care Act, but at least know your facts. These allegations, these misinformation about the tax has been over and over in the internet. I just thought you might like to set it free. If you want to find out more about the tax, you can check out the IRS government about excise taxes and find out more. Rather tough reading, but worthwhile. Until then, for your doctor's orders, I'm Dr. Terry Simpson. Good day.